Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to do a chit chat get ready with me. I'm going to be recreating a look that I posted on Instagram a few weeks ago. I was supposed to film it last week, but things just happened and it didn't happen. So now it's happening, and you guys said you wanted to see this look. It's like a taupe eye with pink. It's just very youthful. It's easy. We're not doing wings. We're not doing false lashes. We are just doing basically like how I used to do my makeup when I was younger. Just really pretty and soft, and I think it's gonna look flattering on everybody. And it's not warm tones. Hallelujah. I'm sorry if you're a warm tone lover, but I have just been trying to wear more cool tones lately, and I've been just really finding a newfound love for them. So stick with it. Stick with it. Stick with me. We're gonna jump right on into this. Good morning, everyone. Actually, it might not be good morning where you are, but it is morning here. And I wanted to get ready with you. I wanted to recreate a look I wore a few weekends back. I had gone out with my children to a few different like kids type functions and places where I wanted to look and feel pretty but not overdone kind of thing. And so I did this makeup look and I posted it on Instagram, and a lot of you said, yes, recreate that look. So that is what we're doing today. I'm going to start off with the Urban Decay Quick Fix Complexion Priming Spray. We're getting to the bottom of the barrel here with my Hourglass Primer, but I'm just going to take a little bit of this and fill in my pores. So I haven't done a get ready with me in a week or so, maybe a week or two. I actually haven't filmed in a little bit because I've been busy with, well, decorating for Christmas and volunteering at my kids' school and field trips and just kind of delving more into, Elsa, you need to slow your roll. The kitty cat and the dog are chasing each other, and I fear my tree is gonna collapse, and then I'll be very sad, because it took me half a day to decorate one tree, and then half a day to decorate my other tree. I don't know. I've kind of found how I like my trees to be, and it takes time to do it, but I enjoy it, you know, so it doesn't bother me that it takes a while. Decorating has always been, like, my first love when it comes to, like artistry, I guess. Well, music and decorating have always been my first love, so I just kind of stumbled upon this whole makeup thing. Alright, so I'm going to mix two foundations today because I'm trying to use up my Too Faced Born This Way, and it's a little bit dark. So I'm going to mix it with a lighter foundation, the Fiona Styles Matte Finish. This is a great foundation. I think they discontinued it because I have not seen it online except for like random spots, and they don't have the full selection of shades, and so if you can find your shade, this is definitely worth looking at. It's a really good foundation, so I'm just going to take a pump of each here. I enjoy filming Get Ready With Me videos because I like to just sit down and chat. However, I always find that my makeup turns out best when I'm not talking. Like, when I do my own makeup, I love how it looks, and then I'll get on here and film and whatever, and you guys will ask for a tutorial, which I don't ever call myself a makeup artist, and so it's more like how I do it, chit chat, get ready with me style is how I recreate the look that you request. But I always find that I do my best work when I'm not doing two things at once, like talking and doing my makeup. And I watch people and they make it look so easy, but then the other part of it is like, what do I talk about? Because some of the things I'd like to talk about, I'm not sure if you're like interested or if it's just absolutely, completely, utterly boring. But I do like to do, oh wow, I look really white again. I'm sorry. This is kind of matching in person. I'm just, my foundation shades right now are just, none of them are right. So I'm just trying to make stuff work. Because I don't want to buy a new foundation that matches. And you're like, well, why not? Because I already own like 9 foundations I'm trying to use up. Actually, I think I've decluttered down to 6. And I'm learning from my mistakes of buying too many things and then not having, you know, like not using things up. So that's what I've been doing this year, which is why you haven't seen a lot of new foundation reviews this year, because I don't want to be wasteful anymore and just keep buying and buying and buying and not using things. That it just, yes, that's how YouTube works, but I don't care. I'm going against the grain, and I'm just using common sense because I kind of threw my common sense out the window when I started my channel. I feel like I just kept buying and buying and buying because everybody else was doing it, so it was okay. Just because everybody else is doing it doesn't mean it's okay or right, you know? So I'm going to do a little concealer, the Tarte Shape Tape, and I just like a little bit of this stuff. This stuff is so, it's very full coverage, and if you put too much, you've seen what happens when I put too much. I'm going to set everything with a little bit of the Chanel Loose Powder. Really enjoy this powder. It's I talk about it a lot and I use it daily. But I like to use it to set my under eyes because it's not really powdery. And it sets it without making it like cakey looking and whatever. And I stay pretty matte with this powder. Now, it is cooling off today. I actually even have my windows open, which I am loving. I think that's why Elsa's going crazy running around the house, because fresh air and I don't have to have my AC on. Actually, I think it's still on. It's just cool enough in here that it's not kicking on. It is going to be a beautiful day today. I think we're going to be into the 70s, which is perfect. Honestly, it doesn't ever need to get above 75. Like, 75 is good. I really like the weather where you can wear jeans and sweaters and basically any kind of weather where you're not sweating, standing still. I prefer. So I'm really excited that it's finally starting to cool off a bit here. I'm going to put some bronzer on so that I don't, like, someone's not tuning in at this, 6-minute mark and I look like a crazy ghost. So this is Bobbi Brown's bronzer, which I enjoy, and I've been using this brush lately, the Morphe E3. It's kind of tapered like this, and so I like it because it kind of gets into the hollows of my face for bronzing. I've always used the Real Techniques multitask brush for years, like every day, day in and day out. This is what I use for bronzer, but lately I've been gravitating towards this brush just because of the shape of it. I've really learned that the shape of tools, you know, it's helpful. And, you know, you can favor something because the shape works well for your face. And this is really soft, too. All right, I threw in my brows, and I actually used the warmer brow pencil today in chocolate. I usually use medium brown. I have both, and I sometimes use both together. Today I was going for a little bit warmer of a brow look. I think it really just depends on, like right now I'm noticing that the highlights in my hair are really coming through, and so I decided to not have such a dark eyebrow. Priming with the Urban Decay Primer Potion here. So I've had this cold. I want to say it's a cold. I don't know if it's allergies or if it's a cold, but my eyes just feel red and irritated and itchy. And because I've been going to my kids' school, I've been putting makeup on every day. Now, I don't have to, right? Like, I think I'm the only mom volunteering that has makeup on, which that's fine, but that's me, you know? And I just feel a little bit more comfortable, and it's more fun to put the makeup on. I mean, you bought it all, you know, you might as well put it on. But I don't have a problem showing up without makeup either. I just feel like I look a little better with a little bit of brow and a little bit of at least mascara. So I want to film a tour of my home of how I decorated for Christmas, but I fear it's going to all be shackles by the time I get around to filming it because of little Missy over here thinking, you know, she darts through the house under the tree, and I just fear she's going to take the tree with her. Okay, so this eye look that I had done a few weekends ago, very simple. I really wanted to do like something that would complement my eye color, and so I chose some taupes and some pinks. Now, the palette I had used was this one. This is from a few years ago, the Urban Decay Vice 2. I'm going to show you the colors I used and then give you some options in case you do not own this, which many of you might not. But I'm basically going to use this matte, bright pink, bubblegum pink color. It's a matte pink color. This Derailed shade over here, it is a taupe color. That's the color I'm also going to use. And then this Habit color, which is just a matte cream. So basically grab a taupe, grab a matte pink, and grab a cream, and that's all she wrote. A good taupe alternative would be the Le Métier de Beauté Corinthian. This is a beautiful taupe. Now this one pulls a little bit more purpley, whereas the other taupe pulls more brown, but you know taupe is a mixture of like a brownish purple, so just whatever you prefer, but this is a good one. I'm going to stay true to the colors that I used because that will recreate the actual look. So if you have this palette, dig it out. If not, get your dupes. I find that my best eyeshadow looks are the ones where I'm just kind of like haphazardly throwing it on and not being so precise with things. I really like that messy eyeshadow look. Probably because it's just easier for me than to try to follow a look perfectly and then beat myself up because my eyeshadow look looks nothing like that. But really it's just, we're just going to use about 3 shades here. I've been trying to dig into my collection and use, like, rotate my makeup. I always do, and use things that I haven't picked out in a while. And of course this isn't available, and I don't know if I've seen a Vice palette release yet this year from Urban Decay. Maybe by the time this video goes up, there will be one released. But they've done one every year for what, the past 4 years? This was Vice 2, which I think I bought in 2014. Or maybe it was I think it was 2014. I've been tempted. I think it was last year's. One of the years had some really pretty like burgundies and stuff like that, and I was tempted to buy it. But I mean, I only bought this because at the time I was just getting into makeup and venturing out of my normal like brown eyeshadow tones. And I really enjoy like these purpley shades, but now, the Chelsea now, would she buy this if it were in a store? Probably not, because I don't wear all these bright colors very much, and if I do, I try to incorporate it into like a still neutral look, you know? Now I'm going to dig into it's called X-Rated, but it's basically a matte, brighter bubblegum pink. It shows up better if I hold it back here. It is indeed a brighter bubblegum pink, but it's matte. It's really pretty on the eyes. There's a color from MAC called Miss Piggy that I have, and I have a feeling that was limited edition. That's very similar to this. I want to say MAC Yogurt you could use, but this is still a little bit brighter than that, so I would mix MAC Yogurt with another matte, like cool toned lavender maybe, to create a brighter of a pink. I just really loved the brightness that this pink created in my crease, because I'm going to do the taupe color basically all over the lid and really smudge it out so it's just kind of like messy, but this brightens up the rest of the eye look. I'm pretty sure Inglot has a matte pink shade, and they're a very inexpensive eyeshadow. And maybe Makeup Geek has a matte bright pink. So I'm not going to go too crazy, because what's going to happen is I'm going to go back with this color after we do the taupe, because sometimes we lose that brightness. I've kind of done a little bit on the inner corners, but that's actually going to get covered up by the taupe. This is what Corinthian looks like. It's just a really pretty taupe. I am going to use the shade Derailed, so you can see here. It's a little bit darker. I don't like a really dark lid on myself, so I usually try to concentrate more of the color on the outside here, and I'm actually going to deepen my crease with this color too. And then I kind of just blend it in towards my eye with no extra product. Because my eyes are deep set, if I put too dark of a shade all over my lid, I really start to look like I got punched in the eye, and I don't think that's a flattering look. So what happens here when you blend this taupe with that pink shade, it almost creates a little bit of a soft purple when you blend the two together, so it looks like you've done several colors, but you've really only done the two. So now I'm just going to take an E36 Sigma brush and start blending that darker, like making the outside V here area darker with the taupe shade. My eyes are so puffy today that I almost have a new eye shape. I have like a hooded eye today, but man, I mean, when you're sick, it's almost like you have to relearn how to do eyeshadow for a different eye shape because they're so puffy. Alright, we're going to take the Ardency In black eyeliner along the top lash line, and then I'm just going to like smudge it out with a Q-tip because I just want it to be very smudgy and not like, I think that day I might have done like a baby wing. You know how I usually do like a flick? It's not an actual wing because that's really dramatic and I don't always like that look, so I just like flick it up a little bit right here. But I'm just going to kind of smudge it, and then I might take a little bit of the taupe eyeshadow and blend out the edges so it just looks like a definition and not like a line. They do make smudge brushes and I own them, but I just like using a Q-tip. It's easy. It just works best for me. I cannot do my makeup without Q-tips. For smudging on my eyeliner, for cleaning up, like when I get eyeshadow all over the place or when I get mascara all over my eyeshadow, which happens every single time. NARS eyeliner in the shade Via Veneto. This is their long wearing eyeliner. These are great for the waterline. Really, they absolutely stay. And I like to do my upper waterline. I'm not going to be putting on false lashes today because number one, I'm going to the school, and number two, I didn't wear false lashes that day, and I haven't been wearing them as much anymore, even on camera, because I want to recreate real looks, you know. It would look amazing with false lashes. Of course it does, and everyone on YouTube does that, but the average woman doesn't. So I want to just, you know, be a little bit more natural with it. And that's nothing against false lashes, because I love them and I do wear them. But lately, and with having cold and stuff, I just don't want to be bothered with eyelashes potentially coming off, you know. I'm going to take a smudge brush, E21 from Sigma, and I'm going to go into that taupe color again. And I'm just going to go over the eyeliner a little bit above it and just kind of make it smoky and soften it. And whenever I get my eyeliner on, I feel like that's a good time to then look into the mirror and deepen up the outer V if you want it to be a little bit deeper. I don't know if it's because it finally gives your eyes some definition and you can see where things start and end or what. Or like after you put on false lashes or your mascara or whatever, you can really see, you know, the finished look, and then you can go back and perfect. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of shadow on the bottom lash line too. I'm just going to take that smudge brush and the taupe shade and go really close to my lash line here. And then I'm going to take the Chikihoro Z10 that I always use, dip into the matte pink shade, and just like we did on top, blend out that on the bottom. I always mirror what I did on top on the bottom. Now I don't use as many colors, sometimes 3, but usually just 2 main colors, like what I did, you know, like the darkest color and then like one of the mid-tone colors. And you can see how, I hope you can see, when you blend those 2 colors together, it almost creates like a purple effect. I should probably get a new lash curler. How long do we keep these things? I mean, I've had this one for 2.5 years. I had a Tweezerman one before that. I do like this Tarte one. And then my mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Feline Noir Mascara. I want to get another Chanel mascara, actually. That's one of my favorite high-end mascaras. This one's not bad. I do find that it holds my curl all day, so that's a good thing. It's not going to give you those soft, fluttery lashes, but it's going to give you some, well, you can see what it just did. I really also like this Morphe E36 brush. I believe that these 2 are the only brushes I own from Morphe. I think I had a few others, but I didn't like them. They were scratchy and I just got rid of those. But I only like brushes that have a great shape, are soft, perform well, and hold up well. I've really downgraded. I used to like have a million brushes, but not only gotta wash all those, but I wasn't reaching for them, so now I only have brushes that I reach for. I forgot to do my brow bone and inner corner, so I'm just gonna reach for this Dope shade, which it's just gonna be like your champagne-y inner corner highlight kind of thing. Throw a matte shade up on your brow bone if you're not into the bright, shimmery stuff. I know once I put this up on my brow bone, it's going to highlight all those brow hairs that I need to pluck, but we're just going to ignore those. The never-ending process of hair growing back. And I'm like super manly, for real. I am so hairy. I sweat like crazy. I'm like so gross. Things you would never know through a camera, right? Spilling my secrets. That's okay. I know I'm not alone. I know there's other women out there like me. And I don't want them to feel alone. So that's why I share stuff that's sometimes a little crazy. Because I don't want you to, you know, because it's easy to just beat yourself up, you know, with social media and stuff. And because all we see is pictures of people. In a picture, I mean, you can create your own scenario of what you think is going on, you know. There, I turned my ISO down a little bit. Hopefully you can see like pinky purple or whatever. Okay, so I have a really gorgeous blush that I'm going to use today. I wore this the other day. I did like an Instagram get ready with me live thing. C Gary is my username. I'll put it on the screen. Follow me there if you aren't, because I like to do live get ready with me's there when I don't want to dig out all of my equipment here. We're going to use Gucci blush in the shade Pink Camellia. I got this as a gift from my friend Jelena, and she knows me very well in my taste. This is stunning. This is a blush that is spendy, but it is worth splurging for. It stayed the true pink color all day. And that is not a true story for a lot of other blushes that I have. And I don't always care, because depending on how long you need your makeup to look good for, I don't care if it's only 4 hours. Like if you're only going out for the night and you only need 4 hours out of a blush. But when you need a full day, this is where it's at. And you need this brush. This is the Wayne Goss number 14. I love it. I love it because I'm able to apply and blend at the same time. It's soft. I used to love, like, for instance, something thicker like this, but it's too dense, okay? And it's really hard to blend out blush when a brush is so dense because it's moving around all the other products you put on your face. And then it looks patchy, and I just can't. I love this because I can just put it on and blend it out. And you can see it has a really pretty sheen to it, too. Like, not overkill, but just healthy glow. Highlighter today, I'm using the Hourglass Luminous Light because I love this. I love this as a highlighter, especially when I want something more just straight up glowy and subtle, and that's not going to emphasize my pores. See how it's just really soft and just beautiful. Just healthy skin look, I guess you could say. And I'm using the Wayne Goss fan brush here, which I also love. I do like the Morphe brush. It's just scratchy. The one that Jaclyn Hill told us we needed, I bought it, and where is it? Right here. It's just cheap. Like, literally, it's a cheap brush to buy, but it's cheaply constructed, and it's kind of scratchy. I like it, though, if I really am going to, like, if I'm going to use a Becca highlighter, I like this because I need to put that behind my pores, and so I like the preciseness of this, but it's nothing like this. It's not soft, and put it this way, if I lost that brush, I would not cry. I wouldn't care, because I just buy another one. I want to say it's like less than $5. This one is more, but I love this one, and that's why I use it. I use what I love, and I've learned to not savor the things I love. Why savor them? Use them. Like, I would save it, and then it'd be potentially going bad, and I'd be using my junk instead. Like, why do we do that to ourselves? I don't know. Sometimes I think is it a question of you don't think that you're worthy of the good thing or what, you know? Subconsciously, I think we do that to ourselves. But you are worthy, I can tell you that. I'm going to line my lips with the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Pillow Talk. Now, we have 2 ways we can go with this because I'm going to share with you a stunning nude pink combo. Oh my gosh, my kitty looks so cute right now. I am finding that this lip liner is kind of a must-have if you don't have anything in this shade, because it simply is your lip color. So it's named precisely on point because you can really cheat a fuller lip if you don't have one, because it's not going to look obviously drawn on. And I like it because I have a chickenpox scar right here, and I can really cheat over that with this. It's also creamy and it glides on. It's not like tugging. And as you get older, like this area gets to be less tight and a little bit more like your skin moves all over the place, and this just works really well. Okay, so the first option is that, which will go with both actually, and Chanel Boy. This is such a sexy, everyday, easy color. I love it. And it's just pretty, right? But on this day, I went with a brighter pink lip because my crease of my eye here is a very brightening pink. And so I wore ColourPop Westie, and it's a brighter pink. So I'm just going to actually put that over. And then over the top of it, I wore Buxom's White Russian, which if you're a pinky nude fan, or even if you're a peachy nude girl, like seriously, Buxom White Russian is kind of a must-have lip gloss because it's such a good nude lip topper. And I mean, I am a fan of the mintiness. Maybe not everybody is, but oh, it smells so good. It makes your lips really glossy and it stays. Like, it literally stays where you put it. You almost have to, like, position the gloss, which I like because it gives your lips a really sculpted look. Alright guys, this is the finished look, so I hope you can see. Let's zoom you in. That's out, Chelsea. Just, you know, really simple. It really was not a complex look. I did it with little kids at my feet, like, asking me a million questions. I was trying to hurry up and get ready to go. And I just found that I really liked the mixture of a taupey shade with a pink, because when you blended the two together, it made it look like you had more eyeshadow and it was complex, and it really wasn't. It's just a really simple look, and I think a bright pink lip is just so youthful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Let me know if you have this palette, like, because this is bringing it back old school, and I don't know. I kept this palette. Like, this is one of those things where I was like, do I still want to keep this? Because I don't know. I mean, but there's some pretty colors in here. Like, that green color is really pretty if you like greens. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to try to do some more Get Ready With Me's right now, because it's just something that's easy for me to do, and I really enjoy just chatting. I really do. Like, if I could sit down and just share my heart with you or what's on my mind, those are the kind of videos I prefer to make, so let me know if you like that. So, alrighty guys, have a great and fabulous rest of your day, and we will chat very soon. Bye.